So in the last video I showed you guys how to break down the chicken and I had a carcass left over. So today we're going to show you how to make a chicken stock. So you need more than one onion, but all I got is one onion right now, so it's okay. Whatever you have around the house, you throw in there. Take off the two ends, cut it in half, take off this peel, you don't want that in your stock. Some people do, I don't want it in my stock. I just think it's dirty, I just don't want it dirty. You can if you want. So that's garbage, alright? So there's your onion. You're going to throw half of it. Just throw it in your pot. Alright. And I won't use the ends either because the root's pretty dirty, I think. Next, your celery. Alright, the root, that can go in there. I'm going to throw that in the pot. Because you don't use this when you want to eat your celery. It's kind of bitter at the end there. So take these ends off, throw that in there. You can use part of this up here. I'll show you. You take it, you don't want this piece here, it's bitter, the white part. Take that off and you're going to cut it here. This, you just throw in your stock, you can use it. But this leafy stuff, you just throw in your stock. Throw it all in there. Throw, all this, you just throw in there. Put it in your stock, all of it. Then this end here, you throw it in there, use it in your stock. If this is usable, you can use it, in peanut butter, carrots, celery, whatever you want to use it for, soups. This is good. We're going to save this for something else. So now, we're going to do the same thing. Throw the leaves in there. Get the concept. I'm going to cut it there, cut it there. Throw that in there as well. Don't waste any of it. Throw it all in there. Now, up here, you can kind of see that it's kind of dirty. All you do is just take it, you slice off that very end, you throw it in your stock. Just so it's a clean cut. Alright? You do the rest of the celery. Throw that in there, throw that in there, throw that in there, and again, look at it, got that on there, just cut that little end off, put it in the stock. And these we're going to save, and again, put that in there, got our leaves, put them in there, cuts these ends off, throw those in there. Those there. Cut off the root side here. Throw it in there. I've got this one here. Just throw it in. Alright, the carrots, you can peel them if you want. I don't peel them. You can if you want. So usually you're supposed to do 25% celery, 25% carrot, 50% onion. But today I just don't have enough onion, but I just want to show you the basic concept of doing it. Nice chunks of carrot in there. You want them to be basically the same size. Now with chicken stock, we're going to let this cook to 4 to 6 hours, as long as you want it to cook for it. I'll put some more of these in here. Just use these up. Alright, throw that in there. Now, we're going to throw our chicken in there too. So we have our chicken here. This is just the carcass I have left over. A little bit of fat. Fat's not really good for it, but we're going to throw it all in there. Tips of the wings, throw all that in there. Alright. Now we're going to put water in the pot. When we put water in the pot, you want it to be cold water, not hot water. If you do hot water, it's going to start cooking the chicken. You don't want that. You want it to start from cold water. So we're going to throw some cold water into this. And let it fill up. Now we're going to fill it right to about right here. That's where we want to fill it to. And this is going to reduce so we have a nice chicken stock. Alright, that's enough water. Take it off here. Put it on the stove. Put the lid on it. Turn it on low and let it, once it comes to a simmer, you can put it on high at first. Not too high, you want to put about medium heat, but once it comes to a simmer, you want it to be simmering. You don't want it to be boiling. You do not have it boiling, or you're going to have a cloudy stock. It's just going to look cloudy and not very clear. So, once it's done, I'll show you what it looks like, and that's it. Alright, so this is basically how you want your stock to look like when you're making it. It's at a nice simmer right now. This is what it's supposed to look like.
And you let it simmer for about, mine's going to take about 3 more hours I got left on here, 3.5. So that's what it should look like when you're making your stock. And would you look at that? That is what the chicken stock should look like when it's done. So reduced about by half, that's what you want. And what you're going to do with it, you just pour it into containers. You can freeze it, put it in your fridge, whatever you like to do with it. And take it out to let it thaw, you can use it. It has a lot of flavor in there. Use it up. So all you got to do is just strain it, put it into a container. Now I don't know if you guys can see this, but there is some grease on there on top floating, if you can see that. But anyways, you put it in the fridge, you let it cool in there, and then when it's cooled, the grease will come to the top and you'll be able to scrape it off of there. So when it's all cooled off, the grease comes to the top, you scrape it off, and you have your chicken stock. It's a nice dark color, that's what you want. Again, I don't know if you can see the grease on top, but that's what you're going to take off once it gets cold. It'll be very white on top, you'll be able to take it off very, very easily. So just wait till it's cold and you'll be able to take it off. And once it gets cold in the refrigerator, you're just going to want to freeze it if you can't use it all. So, again, that's the color you're looking for, that nice golden color. There's a couple pieces in there you can see, you just take it out and you'll be fine. And that's your chicken stock.